This video program, How to Find the Right Grants, is brought to you by U.S. Government Grants. It's written by Beverly Santacola and Ron Flavin, narrated by Beverly Santacola. After you have identified a list of potential grants to pursue, it's time to make sure each opportunity is the right fit. There are at least 6 critical criteria you should use to narrow the list to the most promising prospects. When searching for federal grants on grants.gov, you can limit your search to only those keywords that fit your program purpose. If your program provides services for substance use disorders and/or mental illness, SAMHSA is a perfect fit. After you have identified foundation and corporate grants that may be good prospects for you, you need to further research the grantmaker's funding focus. As you can see with the Colorado Health Foundation, it's health equity for underserved populations. Every grantmaker determines who is eligible to apply. Most grantmakers list eligibility in the guidelines. For the SAMHSA Native Connections Grant, only tribal organizations are eligible. For the Colorado Health Foundation, only Colorado agencies can apply, such as nonprofits, state agencies, local governments, and tribes. Next, check the deadline to see if it's realistic and feasible for you to develop a compelling proposal. Ideally, you'll need about 30 days, but it can be done in 2 weeks if necessary. The maximum grant award must also be a consideration. Sometimes it takes as much time to write a $50,000 grant as it does to write a $2 million proposal. Decide if the grant size is worth the time to apply. Some federal agencies and most foundations prefer to give grants to organizations that have matching funds from other sources. If match is required or preferred, make sure you can obtain it. In this example, no match is required for the grant proposal. If fewer than 10 awards in the entire U.S. will be made, the grant will be extremely competitive and may not be worth your time to apply. In this example, there are 39 grant awards that are expected to be made, so it may be worth your time. Taking the time to review each grant opportunity before you apply will save you a lot of time and money. If possible, you should also try to call the grant maker to make sure your project will be of interest to them. The next steps are up to you. Using the grant tracker list you created in the last session, read the grant guidelines for each opportunity. Evaluate the 6 criteria and schedule the right grants. There's a full request for proposal included in the exercise files for your practice session. Thank you so much for listening and watching. For more information, feel free to contact me at USGG.